Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the chaotic blood-red world of one of Marvel's most terrifying villains. Forget Venom, we're talking about his even more twisted, more psychotic offspring. That's right, we're unraveling the story of Carnage, the symbiote that was never ever meant to exist. So, how did this nightmare creature come to be? It all starts with a man who was already a monster long before he got his alien suit, Cletus Kasady. Picture this, a deeply disturbed individual with a horrifying history, a serial killer without a shred of remorse. He's locked up in a prison cell, sharing it with none other than Eddie Brock, the original host of the Venom symbiote. Now, Eddie and his symbiote had a complicated relationship, but at this point, they were separated. Eddie was just a regular guy in a cell. But the symbiote wasn't about to leave its favorite host locked up. It stages a dramatic prison break, busting through the walls to reunite with Eddie. In the chaos of this reunion, something unexpected happens. A tiny, almost insignificant piece of the Venom symbiote gets left behind, a single, writhing spawn. This is where things take a truly dark turn. This newborn symbiote, alone and without a host, finds the nearest living organism, Cletus Kasady. It bonds with him not through his skin, but through a cut on his hand, merging directly into his bloodstream. This new bond was unlike anything seen before. It wasn't just a joining. It was a complete fusion of two chaotic entities. The symbiote's alien desires and Kasady's human depravity melded into a singular, horrifying purpose, maximum chaos. And thus Carnage was born. Unlike the Venom symbiote, which had a history with Spider-Man and a twisted sense of morality, the Carnage symbiote was a blank slate. Its entire worldview was shaped by its first host, the nihilistic killer Cletus Kasady. Kasady didn't want justice or revenge. He didn't want power or money. He just wanted to watch the world burn. He believes that life is meaningless, that laws are a joke, and that the only true freedom is found in absolute, unrestrained chaos. The symbiote amplified these beliefs 1,000 times over. The name Carnage isn't just for show. When Cletus first transformed, he scrawled "Carnage Rules" on a wall in the blood of his first victim. It was a declaration of his new philosophy. He saw himself as an artist and his medium was mayhem. He wasn't just killing. He was creating masterpieces of destruction. This unique bloodstream bonding made Carnage far more powerful than his father, Venom. The connection was deeper, more integrated. Carnage could form blades, axes, and other weapons from his limbs with greater ease and complexity than Venom. He was stronger, faster, and his control over his own biomass was more refined. He could even throw sharpened projectiles or extend tendrils to ensnare his victims from a distance. The red and black design wasn't just a color choice. It mirrored the blood and darkness that defined his very existence. Spider-Man quickly realized he was completely outmatched. Carnage was a force of nature. He was unpredictable, overwhelmingly powerful, and utterly without mercy. Peter Parker, with his strong moral code, couldn't comprehend Kasady's lust for senseless violence. This wasn't a villain with a grand scheme. This was a walking natural disaster. Facing this unprecedented threat, Spider-Man had to make a choice he never thought he'd have to make. He needed help. He had to swallow his pride and form a temporary, uneasy alliance with his arch-nemesis Venom. This led to the iconic Maximum Carnage storyline, where the two symbiote-powered rivals had to team up just to stand a chance against Cletus Kasady, ride Rampage. It took their combined might, along with a small army of other heroes and even some villains, to finally put a stop to Carnage's reign of terror. What makes Carnage so compellingly terrifying is that he represents a complete breakdown of order. He's the antithesis of everything heroes like Spider-Man stand for. While Spider-Man believes in great responsibility, Carnage believes in absolute freedom from it. He's not just evil. He's chaos personified. He is the living embodiment of the idea that some people just want to watch the world burn, and he has the power to light the match. Over the years, the Carnage symbiote has had other hosts, but none have ever defined it like Cletus Kasady. The symbiote itself has been shown to be inherently more violent and bloodthirsty than its parent, Venom. It's a genetic anomaly, a fluke of alien biology that resulted in something far more dangerous. It was an accident, a byproduct of a prison escape that unleashed one of the most significant threats the Marvel Universe has ever faced. Even when separated from Kasadi, the Carnage symbiote retains his murderous instincts. It seeks out hosts who share its desire for destruction, creating a legacy of bloodshed that stretches across the cosmos. It is bonded with a Silver Surfer, creating the cosmic carnage, and even infected entire towns, turning them into a hive-mind of killers. This proves that while Kasadi was the perfect match, the symbiote itself is a corrupting force of pure evil. The story of Carnage is a cautionary tale. It shows what can happen when the wrong power falls into the wrong hands. Eddie Brock and the Venom symbiote have a complex, often antagonistic relationship, but there's a line they won't cross. They see themselves as lethal protectors. Cletus Kasadi and the Carnage symbiote have no lines. They are a perfect union of madness and power, a symbiotic relationship built on a shared love for pure, unadulterated chaos. He was never planned. He wasn't part of some grand Klyntar alien design.